And here we go. Semi-final on the left-hand side is going to be Team Acer, Acer Zypher, playing the Vikings in the top lane. We have Draka on the Malfurion, Sheep on the Zagara. GLHF's going out from both teams. Good to see some sportsmanship. BKB playing the Diablo, and of course Nasty on the Jaina, as he has been all evening. And the right-hand side, the French team of Madcorps. It's Yuki playing the ETC, Jelek on the Kerrigan, STK on Rhaegar, JPL on Vala, and Lolini on the Tyrande. And it looks like they're going to go for an early skirmish here, and of course you would with the CC you have. Jelek coming in from the side here. So much CC at level 1 here. Tyrande, ETC, and Kerrigan. That's 5 forms of CC in 3 heroes. That's all I'm going to say. As it seems it's going to be a pretty standard start here from Team Acer as they go for the 4-man push mid. Wow, 3-man grasp into a stun and into Lunar Flare, but they couldn't capitalize off it. Yuki now gets thrown back into the towers. They got some good damage onto Nasty, but that's what I was saying about this Kerrigan. Jelek knows what he's doing. If I recall correctly, when Kerrigan was at the top of her game, Jelek played her quite a bit, and now he's back, we're going to see some good stuff coming out of him. Shrine's coming up in 15 seconds, as now Acer rotate their way back to the mid lane, leaving Draka down here all by himself. Jelek laying in wait, and here it is. They're going to jump onto him. The grasping root is going to miss. In fact, it's not a grasping root, but they do land the Lunar Flare. Yuki now is the man going onto him, knocks him away. One more auto attack, and there it is. Jelek getting that one. Has a Q available, but can't find an escape route, and he gets taken down. Lolini now getting picked up by BKB. We have JPL coming down as well, so they could turn this one back. But it looks like they're just happy with the 1-for-1 trade, but they're losing some XP here. As Sheep soaked a little bit more in that mid lane. About 15% of a level difference here between the two. Yuki now is going to be carefully falling back from this one. And here it is again, the Acer rotation to this mid lane. They are going to grab Sheep here, but it's going to be a 3 versus 3. JPL is going to get taken down. He tanked one too many tower shots, as Jelek is now the center of attention, going to be able to escape from that one. So really this top lane, nothing's really going on. No team's taking a shrine. Just happy pushing the waves back and forth. Bot lane though, it's going to get taken by Yuki. He's going to take this one up. Nasty now coming down, as is BKB. Yuki needs to be pretty careful here, as mid lane Madcorps are pretty far pushed back, and this is going to be both shrines now for Acer. As JPL just trying to clear this mid wave as quickly as he can. Yuki needs to clear this creep, because this is why Zagara is so strong on this map. Not only is she a monster at pushing, but rotations are so key around this area. And in fact, we're going to see JPL get flipped into a root, and it's going to be a 2-man stun back. Nasty will fall. BKB is getting knocked into the towers. Jelek though, he's getting body block, gets taken down from the last hit there by Sheep. And it could be a Dragonite here, but as I was saying, this area is so key for rotations, and if you can gain vision of it, then that's pretty key for the team with the Zagara, just getting vision of the rotations. This Dragonite though, it's gonna already got 1 tower, looking to get a second, hasn't taken too much damage yet. Lolini really needs to start using those Hunter's marks on it, so they can burst it down a little bit quicker. They're in fact going to jump onto Dreska here. The snare is good, but he can't move anywhere. Hunter's mark being used, Lolini getting punted away, but not before he lands the stun. And now he's trapped between a rock and a hard place. BKB now though in this Dragonite. Jelek is the man in the dangerous place, but there it is, getting taken down by the punt of BKB. Top lane Balog did fall, and STK wants to keep trading there onto Zypher. Can't really do too much just yet. So 1-for-1 trade down here in the bot lane, as BKB now exits the Dragonite, and they turn their attention to the mercenary camps on the map. So down here, we're going to see Yuki and Draka yet again here, just trading blow for blow. Top lane, Jelek and Lalini going to be doing their thing. And now rotation down to the easy camp, which has actually been taken by Team Acer here, but they're going to pull BKB back in. They're actually going to take him down. He will respawn though. That Yuki is going to try and keep on going here onto Draka, but he is going to get out of this one. It was a good idea coming out from Team Acer. They've done it time and time before tonight where they overstep the line. They try going for the enemy Merc camp, and it just doesn't pay off for them. And we saw it there as well. They did it on Black Heart's Bay, they did it on Cursed Hollow. Now they've made it a trio of mistakes here onto Dragon Shire. It's little things like this that can really lose them certainly some levels in the game. Draken now spots out that this bottom bruiser camp is getting taken, but he can't really do too much to stop it, as there it is. Gets taken, and this is going to be quite a bit of pressure on this bot lane. The Siege Ogres have already done some damage, now joined by the hard camp. Jelek is going to miss the claw. Lalini also missed the Lunar Flare on that one, so they weren't able to capitalize too much on that bruiser camp. As now level 10 is good. We've of course got Longbow, Moor, Water Elemental, Apocalypse and Tranquility. Watch out when we get into the later stages, where we'll see the Devouring Maw into the Apocalypse combination, and it will be so devastating. What are we seeing from Kerrigan? That's what I want to know. Is it going to be Maelstrom or is it going to be Ultralisk? Interesting that we see Stage Dive, however, considering the amount of CC, or the lack of CC, that we see on Team Acer. Kerrigan still not decided. There it is, finally picking up the Maelstrom. So actually a pretty good decision here, because if she does jump in and there are 3 Vikings there, that's a lot of damage going down on 3 targets, and of course gives her an insane shield, which will make her survive longer because of her trait. Down in the bot lane though, we see ETC just sitting here because he has the stage dive. They're going to try and engage in this top lane 4v3. The grab is bad, it's going to miss. The Ancestral Healing being used on Jelek. Here comes the stage dive though. Nasty is under threat. Rain of Vengeance is going to hit him. That is a good kill to start things off. Starfall also being used. Sheep in the backline here. 3-man Devouring Maw from him. The longbow is being used as well. And there it is. 3-man APOC. What a great combination that is. But they are going to get healed up through this one. Of course, the longbow though can't get CC. Yuki here taking some attention. Jelek is going to have to back away from this one. And in turn, it was a 1-for-1 trade. Soon to be 2-for-1. Should Yuki fall here, BKB has mounted up. And there it is, 2-for-1 trade. The team fight was looking so good for Madcorps, and then suddenly the Maw into Apocalypse came in, and hey, the rest is history. Just obliterated them under tower nonetheless as well. Just 2 tower shots, or 2 towers doing their thing. It's going to be another Dragon Knight here, or at least it should be, for Team Acer as Cypher. He's ready and waiting for this one, as he will receive it with open arms. And boom, JPL's getting punted away. Let's take this time. In fact, Tyrande falls in the bot lane. Getting a little bit overextended there. Let's take this time to take a quick look at talents. Instead of Envenom, we're going to see the Fury of the Storm into Battle Momentum on Kerrigan. Usually you see this when Kerrigan picks up Maelstrom to get that to get the Maelstrom off cooldown a lot quicker, because of course every target hit with your Fury of the Swarm reduces the cooldown, or increases the amount of ticks that Battle Momentum gets. Hit 3 targets, it's 1.5 seconds off instead of 0.5, so really combines well here, does Kerrigan's kit. As they're going to keep on barreling towards this mid lane, they're going to chuck ETC towards the top lane so he can stage dive in if needed. As now they're moving down to this bot lane. We see Nasty with the Blizzard Radius. Of course that would be because he's trying to hit as many players as possible when Kerrigan and Rhaegar, or Kerrigan ETC, are going to be stacked. He's trying to burst the Kerrigan down as quickly as possible. And of course it combines with the AoE of his team. The more the Apocalypse, the Viking Longbow, it's just so much AoE, CC and damage coming in that now that just adds on top of it. And Acer can take away their own siege camp here, so really looking to push out this bot lane, and they do have this bruiser camp down here as well, but it looks like Madcorps are ready and set up for this. Jellic, I believe he's trying to get onto Nasty here, but Nasty is a little bit smarter than this, so he's just going to go on to BKB instead. Grab into stun, into stage dive that's about to come in here, trying to burst down BKB. Apocalypse used very defensively. Are they going to be able to get onto him? The answer is no, because there's a gate in the way there though. 2 heroics used there for 1, and BKB has to back as well, so it could be worth. There's a level in this. It was a good time to fight. As now they're going to take away this camp. If only Jellic knew that Nasty was there, they could just jump onto him. Water Elemental being used with the Blizzard Radius in such a short area. The Ancestral Healing being used. They will be able to take down Malfurion here. They're going to try and keep on going onto Nasty. They just can't get to him. Zypher's low here. Now they've got a path to Nasty. The hook, or the grasp, sorry, is good. Onto Nasty. Now JPL's coming in. This is going to be a dead sheep for sure here. They're going to try and get onto BKB as well. Zypher's Vikings are pretty low here as well. A really nice trade. 3 for 1 in the favour of Madcorps. And that wasn't even a... that wasn't even any Vikings going down. That was a straight up triple kill on 3 main fully giving XP heroes. In the form of Malfurion, Jaina and Zagara, and this is what's so key right now in the meta. Burst the healer and you will win the team fight. The Ancestral came down there onto the ETC. And also to note, we've hit level 13, and actually Tyrande took Shrink Ray instead. I was expecting her to take the healing talent, but unfortunately we're not going to see that. We're going to see a Shrink Ray because they feel like the Jaina is just such a big threat, or even the Diablo, just so they can burst him down a little bit quicker. As now BKB is capping this bottom shrine as we see Balog try to grab this one. Do they know about this? No, they don't. It's going to be the 3rd Dragon Knight of the game now. Coming across to Team Acer as they're going to make their way down towards this bot lane. They've got the fort as they now... Acer, Zypher still undecided on where he wants to take this one. The answer is going to be to the bot lane. Try and open this one up. As here it is. Olaf is the man tanking up quite a bit here, in fact. Zypher, this is one of the problems. You have to really be on point with your micro. They're going to engage here. 16, 17. The stun is going to miss. The stage dive, though, is good, as is the Ancestral Healing. Jaina falls. That's exactly what they were looking for. 2 man more in the backline, but Jellic and Yuki still surviving. Jellic going to get punted away. That actually saved him more than it did kill him. As now Yuki is in this front line, having to fall back from this one. Lilini, Kerrigan actually fell. I'm not sure how. As now SDK and the rest of his team are split. That looked like such a good start for the side of Madcorps. SDK actually somehow still alive here. But for how long? The answer is not very. As they now look to try and push down this keep. They do have a window of about 20 seconds to try and get some damage down. Yuki, though, he is here trying to defend this one. But he can't really do too much all by himself. Meanwhile, we have 1 Viking soak in mid lane, and we'll probably have Olaf start off these Siege Giants. And that's not what he's going to do. They have got the keep, though. And now they're going to fall back, take away the Siege Giants of Madcorps, while Madcorps themselves take away their own hard camp. So really, nothing too much on the map just yet. Except for these mercenary camps, which are now all taken. What's the next one up? Well, Aces is up in 20, bottom hard camp is up in 30, and Madcorps, they either have 2 options here. They can either engage now, before Team Acer are level 20, or they can try and just wait it out, soak 3 lanes of XP, and just play very, very passive, very scared for 2 levels or so. But it looks like they're going to go and try go with the former option and engage here. Look at where Jellic's positioned. He's going to move round here, and they're going to spot out the Vikings, who are going to use the shield. They're going to use their airborne to jump out of that one. That's the jump, so they can't be CC'd or hit by anything. And now Madcorps, they're going to have to play extremely safe. They can't really do too much, 18 versus 20. They can certainly try, but they won't be able to do too much. And considering that the shrines are up in 5 seconds, they need to really commit to one lane instead of trying to push out two. Put ETC in a lane, by all means. Just let him do his thing. But it looks like they're going to need to just defend mid lane, because this is the power of the Vikings on this map. Top lane got taken by Eric. Bot lane got taken by the whole team. As now they're actually going to jump on Sheep, who's going to use the bolt, and that is the stage dive wasted. That's unfortunate for Yuki, not factoring in the level 20 talents, not seeing what was taken, but even so, great reactions from Sheep there. As now they're just going to barrel down to this mid lane. They need to try and keep the keep, because otherwise it's going to be a lot of catapults on the map for Team Acer. But with this Dragonite, it's going to be hard for them to try and keep this structure standing. Moving their attention to the fountain, that one's gone down. As Jellic looks as if he's trying to get a good angle to engage here, but we do have 2 bolts on Malfurion and Zagara, so his only real target is the Jaina, who does have sprint. So if they are able to get some CC down onto her, she will drop very quickly. But if there's no hard CC going down, then it's going to be extremely hard. Eric does get stunned up there, however, as does Cypher in the Dragonite, but of course that won't do too much. His top fort though, it's still standing, and now Madcorps have to be wary of catapult spawning. How long does this top keep standing for? Not very long. 2 hits of a Dragonite and it does fall. So we see ETC down here. His stage dive is up in 20 seconds, just farming out this lane, whereas the rest of his team are going to have to defend this top lane. This would be a great position to engage. I mean, look at that. The melee siege coming out from BKB, and Olaf there getting stunned up by the Kerrigan. We got some more XP. But even so, it's not enough to give them level 20 yet. The stun is good, but they can't follow it up, of course. As it looks like Jellic going to take his mercenary camps here, and then decides against it because there's an engage in the mid lane. Lilini having to use the Starfall, Ancestral Healing being used. 2-man stun coming out, followed by the Rain, which is only going to hit BKB. That's a good Apocalypse. BKB does fall though. The Maw only hits one player. Jellic is untouched in this back line. Yuki is on top of Nasty here. They really need to follow up onto him, but instead they're going to go for Cypher. That's the longboat down. They do pull 3 Vikings back. Jellic bolting away from that one. They hit 20 just at the right time. But what did that kill do for them? Nothing. It's still a 5v5 situation because Diablo had respawned. And now, what can they really do here? As the siege camp gets taken away, then now Acer fall back to their own siege camp. Wouldn't be surprised if we see them go down here. It just got far-sighted by the Rhaegar of Madcorps. Or they could even go for the aggressive play up here. Diablo though, BKB needs to be very careful. He doesn't have enough souls to resurrect just yet. He is currently on 57. Needs 100. 58 now. Needs 40 more souls in order to resurrect, which I don't think he'll get too soon, as this hard camp gets taken to apply some pressure. Shrines are up in 25 seconds. Madcorps may look to try and get an engage off. Stage dives up. Ancestral's up, but they're lacking a few others like the Starfall, like the Rain, and of course the Maelstrom. But the more Kerrigan auto attacks, the quicker Maelstrom will be up, and here it is. You can just see it ticking away there in the top right. What was 20 seconds has now turned into 5 very swiftly, and that's going to be up certainly for the next fight. Both teams have 10 heroics up in 5 seconds, but it looks like Team Acer, they're going to make the best of this, go straight for this keep. ETC is staying around here though. He does have the stage dive. He is the defender of this bot lane shrine, as everyone essentially based. And now they're probably just going to hang around this mid area, see if they can out-rotate each other, but I'm not sure if they will be able to. Need to clear this mid wave. That's got 2 catapults there. ETC still doing a great job down in the bot lane, pushing that one out. In fact, they're not touching this mid lane at all. That's certainly an interesting choice. Bit fearful that Yuki may get caught out. And in fact, it seems they're just using Yuki as bait here. Just pure bait. Just to try and get an engage. And BKB's actually got his eyes on the prize. But JPL's in a bit of a weird position here. Yuki sliding in, stopping them from capping it. JPL's moved even further forward. Going to be multi-shotted, not able to actually hit anything though, as BKB is able to get mounted up, which of course speeds up his engage. Here's the stage dive, really nice. 3-man stun coming out, the face melt as well, but Kerrigan is not able to find too much there. The bolt worked perfectly against it. JPL getting a 4-man Rain of Vengeance. The Maw missed everything. That's extremely unlike Sheep. The Shrink Ray being used on Sheep as well, as Kerrigan is keeping on there. Will now somehow survive, only now just falls. STK gets taken down on the Rhaegar. JPL very low in this backline as well. He will now fall. Yuki is the next target, as is Lilini. And again, what looked like a great fight to start out for Madcorps suddenly turned around. And here it is. It's 5. Well, how many Vikings we got on the map? We got 3 Vikings, 3 normal heroes, 6 versus none. Hard camp pushing the top keep. That doesn't matter. They can go straight for the core. 40-second death timers. And there it is. GG's coming out from the teams. 2 of the most well-mannered teams currently playing at the top of EU. Even so, this has been a great game. I mean, Madcorps, they like their funky stuff. The Kerrigan caught Acer off guard. You can tell they weren't expecting it. And this is why a team like Madcorps make it to these later rounds. It's the semi-final. This team, I don't even think made it to the top 16 last week, but they have pocket picks. They know what they can do as a team. That's exactly that. So, we now have Team Acer moving on into tonight's grand final. It will be a best of 3. Let me refresh the bracket to see who they are going to play against. They will be playing against Team Tomorrow Big, who are ready and waiting for them. Team Tomorrow Big, a team that have just exploded onto the scene. So, we're going to take a quick break, guys, and we will be back very shortly with the grand final, which will be a best of 3. See you on the other side.